What's up, guys? Okay, so my last video that went up on Friday, no sooner did I get it uploaded, and there was a follow-up, so I figured we'd do it today. And if you don't remember what that one was, it was the Prescott, Arizona police detective John Hanna, and he investigated Deputy Fire Chief Dustin Parra about false allegations against Matt Masucci, whose case was dismissed 2 years later. The follow-up is the chief's emails, as usual. They all have no comment. The chief had plenty to say privately, though, and apparently the public information officer didn't want to speak either. Also, I'd like to note, like 87% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button and we'll move along. So we are back in Prescott. Here we go.
Battalion chief, and this is not a joke. The guy pulled a gun on my family.
Prosecuted with extreme prejudice. In the very least, this is shoddy police work.
I'm ABC 15 Chief Investigator Dave Biscobing. We continue to investigate one man's fight to prove he acted in self-defense against a top official. His arrest was once one that police publicized in a press release. Now, after our story, they don't want to talk about it at all. But we discovered the police chief had plenty to say privately.
They usually do.
In Prescott, the police department is run by Chief Amy Bonney.
Prescott Police Chief Amy Bonney has been named Arizona Chief of the Year. And Chief, I think you're back there. Congratulations.
Of course. A DEI.
You know, this community and the city is really what my heart beats for.
Chief Bonney won for her work in 2023. The same year, this happened.
Police department, how can I help you? My husband is a battalion chief, and this is not a joke. The guy pulled a gun on my family.
The caller is the wife of Dustin Parra, a local deputy fire chief. The alleged suspect, Matt Masucci, a local construction worker. They claim Matt came out of a gas station and for some reason threatened them.
My husband jumped out of the car. We tried to calm the conversation. He just pulled a gun out on my family.
Everyone left before police got there, then acting only on the family's word.
I would wonder why they left before the police got there. I'm just wondering.
Officials arrested Matt at gunpoint.
Probably because the deputy fire chief was drunk.
And charged him with 4 felonies.
One false move and every one of those guys is gonna fire at you.
It would take 2 years and this grainy video to eventually show the fire chief, drunk after his brother's funeral, followed Matt and confronted him while Matt was inside his car. That's why Matt says he pulled a gun from his center console.
Prosecuted with extreme prejudice. Nobody did their due diligence. Nobody was interested in finding out the truth.
The day after our first story, Chief Bonney sent this email to the Prescott City Council and a lot of other top city officials. The email defends their department, their investigation, and said they were going to stay silent. I got this email and I was kind of surprised by what it said in its tone. These are Matt Masucci's defense attorneys. We interviewed them a couple months ago and just called them back to look at this email. I mean, if you had to describe this email in a word or phrase, I guess, what would it be?
Cover up. Damage control.
Let's start with the quote, damage control. The chief began by saying, the reporter, that's me, is well known for conducting hit pieces.
They're always going to say that when it's against them, but if it's against you, they'll say, well, that's pretty accurate reporting. Dave Biscobing, one of my favorites, is going to get to the bottom of it every time.
His article about a nearly 2-year-old case was riddled with inaccurate information, which has created some buzz. Soon, another headline will take its place.
That's not the way that they should be handling this type of a story. They should be trying to make it right rather than hoping that time will create a new controversy to allow them to not have to address this.
Yes, something bigger will come along. This will fall from the headlines and it will all go away. That's what they were waiting on.
Now to why these attorneys say the email is a, quote, cover-up. It states any allegation of preferential treatment is false. Why? Chief Parra is not a family member and has no financial relationship to Detective Hanna.
It's clear as day that there is preferential treatment, even in the form of this email.
We're talking about Detective John Hanna, and we exposed that Chief Parra personally called Detective Hanna minutes after it happened, but then was apparently too upset and intoxicated to be interviewed later that night.
Clearly there's a relationship because
But trust and believe, if it was you, they'd all be interviewing you.
somehow the chief has the personal cell number for a detective who ends up being assigned as the lead detective on the case.
The attorneys also say the email continues to treat Matt as if he's guilty, and it does not detail the false statements made by the Parra family.
The guy went out, grabbed a gun from his vehicle, and then came back to your husband and pointed it at his chest.
Correct. At his heart.
Records and interviews show the chief's family also claimed Matt walked around their vehicle while threatening them, and they said he had a gun in his waistband. None of that was true. Store video shows Matt had no gun on him, and he went straight to his car.
They left all that out. So it's kind of ironic that they're saying no preferential treatment was given here when this email itself, the whitewashing of her statement that night that proves that she was lying, is completely left out.
Another reason these lawyers call the email a cover-up is they say it misleads the council and other city leaders about self-defense laws.
I don't know what's on her mind. I would hate to think that she's trying to mislead anybody.
The email highlights, literally, just one statute about self-defense, saying it's not justified in response to verbal provocation alone. The problem, these attorneys say Chief Parra physically threatened and cornered Matt in his car. The chief even pushed his own son away, who was trying to stop him.
And if somebody does this to you, what are you going to do? Think about it. He likely no more knows who this guy is than a man in the moon. He just randomly walks up to Matt's car, and Matt's just supposed to sit there and take it? No.
But he's trying to enter your vehicle. You're allowed under Arizona law to use deadly force in order to stop that intrusion. None of those statutes were discussed in this email. If the chief doesn't know that, frankly, that's scary.
And then there's the last
Chief doesn't know a lot.
line of the email.
Mr. Masucci has the right to remain silent, but would have been well served to explain his side of events when he was given the opportunity.
No. As James says on Southern Draw Law, keep your evidence to yourself. Keep your mouth shut.
What do you think about that?
He is arrested at gunpoint with many officers pointing many guns at him. He's taken into custody, and then an officer comes in or a detective comes in to interrogate him, and he says, you know what, I'd rather have my attorney present and not talk with you guys. I think Matthew did exactly the right thing.
These people are professional interrogators. They are trained to interrogate you, and not only are they allowed to lie to you, says all of the case law, they are trained to lie to you to try to get you to incriminate yourself. So this little closing line on the email here seems to be an attempt at trying to encourage the public to waive their right to remain silent. No. Don't do that.
Now, the chief declined to be interviewed, but a final thing...
Who's surprised about that? Nobody.
...about the chief's email and her allegation of hit pieces. Here's what it's been like to try to get answers from Prescott PD. For this story, we repeatedly reached out to Prescott for comment, starting 6 weeks before the story aired. Eventually, we showed up, getting the public information officer to finally answer some questions.
So now we've been reaching out for, a good month.
Well, here's the standards. There are none.
At least. What's taking so long? We've been really patient. So.
Well, if I'm being honest, the detective on the case has been on vacation.
Okay, for a month?
For that, sometimes they do take it as
He didn't.
Okay. So we checked that out too and pulled that detective schedule. The detective was only off a handful of days between when we first reached out and our visit. And as for this lieutenant, the public information officer, he was off the week after we first reached out, but was around most of the next 3.5 weeks. In fact, until we showed up in person, it doesn't seem Prescott had any plans to respond at all.
Because they were waiting for the next big thing and that to fall from the headlines.
Because evidence logs show the public information officer didn't review any of the video in the case until the day we came to town. I'm Investigator Dave Biscobing, ABC 15, Arizona.
Thank you, Dave. One of my absolute favorites. Every news station in the country needs a reporter like this. Absolutely. Always remember, it's a prosecution system, not a justice system. Corruption, keep exposing these cases, yes. I like how casually they can try to ruin a guy's life without doing any due diligence. They never do due diligence, and they never de-escalate. We're investigating ourselves and can find no wrong. Absolutely. 25 years to life is what the corrupt officials deserve. Corruption at its finest, y'all. Criminals with badges, yes. This was a swatting case via deceit, lies, recklessness, endangering a man's life. Yep, cops' corruption is the least shocking thing about this entire story. It's far worse than this one case. Far worse. I'm sure it is. Fireman and his wife need prison sentences. Yes, absolutely. Any officer of the year is an automatic red flag. I hope he sues the fire chief in the city for violating his rights. Yes. A hit piece, as in knocked it out of the ballpark. Yeah, I agree with that. Absolutely. Yes. Anyway, that's where we're at with this one. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Also, again, like 87% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button and move along. Let me know what you think about this one, and I'm out.